Shalom. Before I start, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKodash, double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and teach well. And shalom to the hopeful elect out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity. Okay? So I'm the brother Shaquat, with another lesson. And this lesson that I'm going to be getting into today is going to be a lesson, just going into the fact that, and proving the fact that once the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, because that's his true biblical term in the scriptures, the so-called white people today, really the elites of the society, the ones that are at the head and ruling this current society, they're known as Edomites, man. These different banking families, they're known as the Edomites, and they have control of the earth. You see, but the lesson I'm going to be getting into is going to be the fact that how once they're taken out of rulership, the Edomites, once they're taken out of power, they're never going to rise up again. You see, it's not going to happen a third time. And why do I say actually a fourth time? Because the Edomites were the Greeks and the Romans and the Americans. They came back three times, so they're not going to come up. They're not going to be revived one more time, a fourth time. That's not the case, man. Matter of fact, let's get straight into it in the book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 36. It says, Daniel 2 and verse 36 says, "This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king." All right, so this is King Nebuchadnezzar's dream that he told to Daniel, and nobody else was able to break down this dream and interpret the dream to the king but Daniel. You see, the Lord revealed that secret or that mystery, the ability to be able to understand this dream to Daniel. It was revealed only to Daniel, you see. And then Daniel, he basically gave the understanding to the king Nebuchadnezzar that was troubled with this dream because he didn't know what it meant. But this dream was a symbol or symbolic to the different kingdoms, the different major kingdoms, that would run their course on the earth. Verse 37, it says, "Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the power of heaven had given thee a kingdom, power and strength and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and had made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold," right? Because when you go into the dream that King Nebuchadnezzar had, he saw a statue that was made up of different precious metals. You had gold, silver, brass, iron, iron, and then part clay and iron, which was symbolic to different kingdoms that would rule. Like it says in verse 38, "Thou art this head of gold." So the beginning of that statue, the head of it was gold. But Daniel's letting King Nebuchadnezzar know that you are the beginning of that statue. You are the head of that statue. You are the gold part of that statue. It says, verse 39, "And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee." You see, so after King Nebuchadnezzar's time was up to rule, there will be another kingdom, another nation, another kingdom that would run its course after him. A new ruler would come after him. But this kingdom will be inferior, meaning less in stature. It will be less magnificent, man. Because that's him being the head of gold, which was the Babylonian Empire, that was known to be a very beautiful kingdom. You see, and decor and things like that, man. You know, they were known for having waterfalls, gardens, and it was just overall a beautiful kingdom. And that's why it's known as a head of gold, because gold is a beautiful or precious metal, one of the nicest looking metals, man. It's shiny. Gold shines. So King Nebuchadnezzar is this head of gold, but after him, there would rise up another kingdom that was inferior, meaning less in stature. It was not. It was less magnificent to the kingdom of Babylon, and that is the Medium Persian Empire. It says, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall rule over all the earth. Right. So this other kingdom, this third kingdom of brass, is an Edomite kingdom. You see, because this is speaking about the Greeks, man, the Grecians, man, and they are Edomites. You see, and we can prove that by going to Maccabees. How it speaks about the Greeks. Philip of Macedon, he was an Edomite. Alexander was an Edomite. You see, so this is the first time the Edomites came into power as the Greeks. Reading on, verse 40, it says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. So this fourth kingdom is referring to the Roman Empire, and this Roman Empire was what is there. This is also an Edomite rulership. The Romans were also Edomites. Just as today you have America and the Russians. Those are Edomites. The heads of America are Edomites. The heads of Russia are Edomites. And you see, Greek and Rome, they were both Edomites. But when the time was up for Greek to rule, Rome took it over. You see? But in this case, with America and Russia, Russia is going to take out America along with these different nations, but Russia's not going to come into power. Russia's going to, you're going to meet Yahushua. And when Yahushua comes, Yahushua is going to destroy all these other heathen rulership. These other, nobody else is going to rise up into power once Yahushua comes, man. Not Moab, not Russia, not nobody. You see, because Yahushua is coming to do away with all these, these heathen rulership. The time of the Gentiles, is soon to be fulfilled once Yahushua comes, man. You see, so that the 40th verse is referring to the Roman Empire. Verse 41, and whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. So now this is the feet and the toes of the statue in King Nebuchadnezzar's dream. You see, so this is an extension of the Roman Empire, right? Because the Roman Empire was what? It says, fourth kingdom shall be as iron, right? It was that iron. You see? It says, and whereas, Salaki, verse 41, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, what there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with the miry clay. All right, so the extension of this statue, the feet and toes, you see, this is referring to what we're in today, NATO and the EU, which is an extension of the Roman Empire, man. And there's a lot of parallels between ancient Rome and America today, man. Ancient Rome and NATO and the EU. Just proving that's that kingdom being revived once again. That spirit of that kingdom is revived once again because it's the same people, the Edomites. It says, and as the toes of it, verse 42, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with miry clay. All right. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom. So the last kingdom, the last heathen kingdom, would be America. You see? So once America is put down and destroyed, which NATO and the EU, the king, they're not gonna rise up again. There's no other heathen rulership after America. Scriptures also say Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. You see, so it says the Most High shall set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. So this kingdom that the Lord is going to set up is going to be Yahweh Shai's rulership, the rulership of Yashar Allah, the Israelites, which is never going to be destroyed. So nobody's going to come up and try to rebel and take down that rulership, because they won't be able to. Because the Israelites are going to be on a different level. Yahweh Shai is on a different level. You're not going to come up. Nobody's going to fight against Yahweh Shai, That's not a winning battle. Which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. So the rulership of the earth is not going to be left to another people, another nation again, because that's it. The times of the Gentiles is done after America. There's not going to be an extension. There's no extension of the statue. That was it. It stopped at the feet and toes, which is America. And it says, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that stone that was cut out of the mountain without hands is symbolic to Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai being the stone, this is what he's going to do to that statue. And that it shall break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold. So you see, so that Yahweh Shai is going to destroy that statue. And it's spiritual, because when you take a look at the feet and toes, they hold up the rest of the body, right? The head, the chest, and the breastplate area, man. So America being the feet and toes, which is also the longest part of your body, America's holding up these other different kingdoms. America is basically all these kingdoms put together. He's the one that's holding up these different kingdoms. And that's why it says what? Yahushua is going to destroy all that at once through America. That's why that stone is going to hit the feet of it. You take out the feet, the whole body's falling, right? It says the great power had made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. So there's no other interpretation. There's no extension where the Russians, after the World War III, the Russians are gonna come and set up their kingdom for a period of time before Yahweh Shai's kingdom. No, man. It doesn't say that. The statue ends with America. And then it's rebuilt again. Not rebuilt, not the statue being rebuilt, but the rulership is rebuilt through the Israelites, man, through Yahweh Shai. All right. So this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. You see, so our punishment is accomplished, man. Meaning the reason why we were in captivity or subject to these other nations is because we committed iniquity against the Heavenly Father. But guess what? That iniquity, the Lord is clearing it. It's taking it away. So now that are that judgment that we've gone through is fulfilled, was done. We served that time, right? It says he will no more carry thee away into captivity. So we're not going to go into captivity under another nation again. Not the Russians, not the Moabites, man, not the Elamites, not the Ishmaelites again, man. It says he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, man. You see? So the Edomites turn to drink of that cup. The Edomites turn to be visited for their transgressions and iniquities because their tab has been built up, and the Russians are Edomites. So when Yahushua returns, they're going to be judged as well, man. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. Until next time, shalom.